Do you believe in fate, Anna? The voice was calm, almost amused, but Anna's grip tightened around the crisp envelope of her hands. Inside was a $100 bill, a key card to a luxury hotel, and a note that felt too personal, too specific. She scanned the crowded airplane cabin. 3 rows ahead, a woman in a gray scarf sat stiffly, her face hidden behind a magazine. Anna's heart pounded. Who was she, and how did she know so much about her? As the engines roared outside, drowning out her racing thoughts, Anna had to make a choice: trust a stranger offering a lifeline or walk away and risk losing everything. Because something told her this wasn't just luck. This was planned, and she was at the center of it. Anna Bennett tugged at the frayed hem of her thrift store sweater, her breath fogging in the dim light of the Cleveland airport terminal. At 27, she was a single mother teetering on the edge of collapse, juggling a waitressing gig at a greasy diner and late-night office cleaning shifts. Her 3-year-old son, Noah, with his mop of curls and gap-toothed grin, was her world, a world she left behind that morning with her Aunt Clara, a wiry woman with arthritis, and a heart too big for a crumbling row house. Anna's ex, a charming drifter named Kyle, had vanished 2 years ago with their savings, leaving her with nothing but debts and a fierce resolve to give no more. When her cousin Derek, a wiry mechanic with big dreams, called about a job at Zenith Innovations in Seattle, an executive assistant role paying $70,000 a year, she saw a lifeline. It was nearly triple her current income, enough to pull him out of the paycheck-to-paycheck grind. She scraped together $250, borrowed from her neighbor Mr. Grayson, a grizzled retiree with a limp and a soft spot for Noah, and booked a seat on the cheapest flight she could find, an aging Boeing 737 with creaky seats and a faint smell of stale coffee. Kissing Noah goodbye, she whispered, "Mommy's going to fix everything," and bored her with a battered purse stuffed with his crayon scribbles. The plane buzzed with life. Businessmen tapping on laptops, tourists in bright fleece jackets, a world apart from Anna's faded jeans and scuffed sneakers. She felt like a smudge on their glossy canvas, shrinking into her window seat as the engines roared to life. Exhaustion hit hard, and somewhere over the Midwest, sleep claimed her. She jolted awake to find an envelope on her lap, crisp and sealed with a doodle of a coffee cup. Inside, on airline stationery, was a handwritten note. "I've walked your path, a single mom clawing for a chance. 2 decades ago, someone lifted me up. Now I'm VP at Zenith. Paying it forward. Take this $100, the key card to the Grand Cascade Hotel, and the taxi waiting at SeaTac. No catch. Your interview's set. Look for the woman in the gray scarf." Anna's fingers trembled as she clutched the cash and key card. Her mind raced. True crime podcasts she'd binge on late nights screamed warnings. Scams, predators, traps. Yet the letter's tone felt raw, real. She scanned the cabin. 3 rows ahead, a woman in a gray scarf sat stiffly, her face hidden by a magazine. Was this her friend? Suspicion warred with hope, but Noah's face flashed in her mind. She pocketed the envelope, her pulse a drumbeat. The taxi ride to the Grand Cascade was a blur of rain-streaked windows and towering skyscrapers. The hotel loomed like a palace, glass walls, marble floors, chandeliers dripping light. At the desk, the clerk handed her a second letter, typed on thick cream paper. "Anna, I'm Evelyn Harper, Zenith's founder. I built this company from ashes. My daughter, Natalie, left your plane note. She's your guide now, as I was hers. Trust her. Your future begins tomorrow." Anna's stomach knotted. Evelyn was retired, wheelchair-bound. How could she be the gray scarf woman? Before she could unravel the mismatch, a voice called her name. Natalie Harper strode across the lobby, tall, with piercing green eyes and a smile that felt too warm, too sudden. She pulled Anna into a hug. "I've waited so long for this. I'm your sister, Anna, adopted at birth. Our dad was Daniel Bennett, Zenith's co-founder. Evelyn stole his legacy after he died." Anna's knees buckled. Her father, Daniel, was a ghost from her childhood, a mechanic with rough hands and a quiet laugh, gone when she was 5. Her mother, a withdrawn seamstress, never spoke of a sister. "That's impossible," Anna stammered. Natalie's grip tightened. "It's true. I have proof, letters. Photos. Evelyn's a liar. Then Anna's phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. Natalie's dangerous. Meet me, Evelyn. Doubt coiled around her like smoke. She demanded to see both sides. Following Natalie to Zenith's headquarters, a sleek fortress of steel and glass. In a corner office, Evelyn Harper waited, frail in her wheelchair, her silver hair stark against the city skyline. A third figure stepped forward. Thomas Tom Carter, Zenith CTO, a broad-shouldered man in his 50s with weathered hands and eyes that softened when they met hers. Anna, he said, I was your dad's best friend. I've been protecting you all along. Tom's voice anchored her as the room spun. Daniel didn't just die. He was betrayed. He and Evelyn launched Zenith together, a tech startup in a garage. When cancer took him, Evelyn rewrote history, claiming all. But he left a trust for you and Natalie, hidden until you were ready. I've guarded it. Natalie's laugh was sharp. Evelyn's a thief, Tom. She framed Dad as a drunk to erase us. I found his real will. We own half the company. Evelyn's hands shook. She's not your sister, Anna. She's my niece, bitter, vengeful. Your real sister died at birth. The trust is yours alone. Anna's chest tightened. Show me proof. Tom pulled a leather pouch from his desk, revealing 2 letters in Daniel's jagged scrawl. The first, to Natalie, apologized for her adoption. Find your place, my girl. The second, to Anna, was a gut punch. Tom's my brother in spirit. He'll love you when I can't. Zenith's yours. Anna, lead it with him. A faded photo fluttered out. Anna, 6, on Tom's shoulders at a county fair, her grin wide as the sky. Uncle Tommy, she whispered, memories rushing back. His quiet visits. The cash slipped under a door when Noah's ear infections drained her dry. But Natalie lunged, snatching the letters. You don't deserve this. I've bled for it. Tom tapped his tablet, pulling up security footage. The gray scarf woman on the plane was Natalie, planting the note. She's been stalking you, Anna, he said. She wants to trust in Zenith for herself. Natalie bolted. The letters clutched to her chest. Anna and Tom sprinted after her, dodging startled employees in Zenith's gleaming halls. Elevators dinged. Footsteps echoed. In the parking garage, Natalie's black sedan roared to life, tires screeching toward the exit. Anna's heart sank, until a figure limped into view. Mr. Grayson, her Cleveland neighbor, cane in one hand, a pistol in the other. Stop, Natalie, he growled. Game's up. Anna's jaw dropped. Mr. Grayson? What the hell? Name's Victor Grayson, he said, voice gravelly. Ex-CIA. Daniel's silent partner in Zenith's early days. I've been your shadow since he died. Natalie's working with Nexus Corp, our rival, to dismantle Zenith and cash out the trust. Natalie smirked, tossing the letters to the concrete. You're too late. She gunned the engine, but Victor fired a warning shot, shattering her taillight. She swerved, disappearing into traffic as sirens wailed in the distance. Tom scooped up the letters, intact. Victor tipped off the feds, he said. She's done. Back in Evelyn's office, the air thickened with revelations. Evelyn's voice cracked. I buried Daniel's role to shield Zenith from predators, Nexus included. I was wrong. The trust is yours, Anna, COO beside Tom. But Victor cut in, his eyes narrowing. There's more. Nexus didn't just hire Natalie. They've got someone inside. He nodded at Evelyn. Evelyn paled. That's absurd. Victor tossed the burner phone onto the desk, its screen glowing with text. Delay the trust transfer. Nexus pays double. Signed, H. Anna's stomach churned. You played us all? Evelyn slumped. Nexus threatened my legacy. I thought I could control Natalie, outsmart them. I misjudged her. Tom's fist clenched. You nearly cost Anna everything. He turned to her. You're in charge now. What's your call? Anna's mind raced. She could walk away, take Noah, and forget this madness. But Daniel's letter burned in her memory. His dream, her future. Evelyn's out, she said, voice steel. Victor, get the feds her phone. Tom, we rebuild Zenith together. Days later, Tom's jet touched down at SeaTac, carrying Noah and Aunt Clara. Noah barreled into Anna's arms. His laughter a balm to her battered soul. Victor handed her the coffee cup doodle. Daniel's original Zenith logo, scratched on a napkin decades ago. "Your dad's Spark," he said. "Now yours." Natalie was arrested blocks from Nexus headquarters. Her scheme in ashes. Evelyn faced charges. Her empire stripped away. Anna stepped into Zenith's COO role, Tom at her side as CTO. Their first meeting wasn't about tech. It was a quiet moment in her new office, Noah's drawings taped to the window. Tom knelt, his voice raw. "I love Daniel like blood. I've loved you since you were a kid, not as a father, but as a man who waited for you to rise." Anna saw him fully, his loyalty, his quiet strength. She kissed him, a spark bridging years of hidden care. Together, they'd lead Zenith into a new era, rooted in her father's vision. The skyline glittered beyond the glass, a promise kept. Anna wasn't just a single mom anymore. She was a force, a legacy forged in secrets, courage, and a doodle that tied it all together.